your participation and giving a good speech at the occasion. Now I would like to invite our chief guest, Mr. Nail Vijay Surya, to give a few words. All our innovative and
I must have been a lousy at giving speeches. I'm more at home with the spanner and hammer in a workshop. Yes, now that you told me to speak, I want to just trace back my learning curve. You said something about free education. I was in Kandy, a school in Kandy called Trinity College. It was a private school, and my father had to pay all the fees. He didn't have any government assistance. Anyway, after that, I did my apprenticeship at Walker Sons, which was at that time one of the largest shipbuilding companies. And quite honestly, when on the third year of my 4-year course, I saw my senior apprentices who had finished their job, finished their training, still coming to work on push bicycles. I thought, my God, this is not for me. And I went to the UK for further education. I qualified in mechanical and production engineering. And actually, a whole series of accidents. So I finished my course and I was coming back to Colombo each time, and there was one of our engineers that Prasanna also would know, Jeeves, G.V.R. Discipline from Opera. He had worked on some ships and had got sacked. And he was in London looking for a job. And since I gave London back, he said, no, take me to St. Mary's actually, which I know the shipping companies. So I went there and he registered his name on these companies. And then we went to this Leadenhall Street where the P&O building was superb, one of the newest buildings in the city. And we went there for him to have an interview. So I was seated at reception and he was being interviewed by the second engineer of the company. They were always recruiting people because they had vacancies all the time. So this was during the time of the Beatles, if you can remember. So after the interview, he came back and I asked him how the interview went. He said not quite well because the first thing that they asked was when am I cutting my hair? Because his hair was up here. The time of the Beatles and the rock and roll days. So he was not going to get that job, he thought. And then I thought, well, I'm similarly qualified, possibly a little bit more with my other mechanical engineering qualifications. So I put my chip in. And there was this aptitude test where the timing you and say, okay, turn after this one, turn the page like that. And I was doing it quite well. And he said, have you done this before? Your bringing these answers quite well. I said, no, first time. Anyway, I got the job. And there was a ship, the Chakdar at Tilbury docks. And he said, okay, join the ship the next day. No, this is the time that I was going to come home. Join my father in his contracting work. So that was a opportunity, an accident or whatever. And thanks to Jeeves' long hair, I got the job. So that's how my marine engineering career started. I would have been a mechanical engineer. And when I told my father that I'm not coming, he was surprised and he asked me, crazy, you can't even swim. Which is true, I still can't swim. So I said, but if you are probably in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, there's no point in being able to swim. It's a long way to go. Anyway, from there, I joined the, I think I went up to second engineer with piano lines because chief engineer had to bring me with him. Chief engineer had to be British. So I joined the shipping corporation. I sailed on almost all the ships around. And at that time, the governments, among the government servants, we were also government servants at that time, the highest paid people were the people who were sailing. The ship's captain and chief engineers were the highest paid government servants as well. So, and in particular, that Tammena was there. Tammena, the tanker that we had, owned by the Petroleum Corporation and Shipping Corporation. We had foreigners on those ships, on that ship. And there was a tanker allowance of 30% over and above the normal salaries of the other ships. So when I joined, I replaced one Mr. Sharma, an Indian who was there. And then I was the highest paid government servant because all the others were now getting the normal salary. So even from that time I was the highest paid there, even the government. So then Leslie, when the Tammena was scrapped, you gave the plaque of the ship, which is now hanging in our boardroom there. It was given by both of them actually. It was on Irania, our first ship that Srinivas had. So anyway, if I would give a little bit of advice to our potential, just not only engineering, just look out for other opportunities as well. Have your imagination, just switch on. Everything is possible, nothing is beyond you. But look for opportunities. If you can see here, I also ended up owning the largest ship in Sri Lanka, a tanker, which is, I remember it was later on named Mark 1, 35,000 tons. And we did also salvage and towage of ships using two of our tugs, the Nilgiri and the Seagiri. I keep looking for opportunities, not be stuck and being only engineers. There are other opportunities, the world is a big place. So look for opportunities and you can take some because you know if something goes wrong, you can go back to sea. So you have that backup all the time. So you can take chances. You have something to fall back on. Yeah, anyway, wish you guys all the best. Take all the chances.
Thank you very much, sir. Right, now we have, as per the agenda, we'll have to distribute awards, scholarships for